Hi everyone, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue with my trusty companion teddy bear in the background there too. And I'm back to talk to you about one of the wonderful new products that Cricut just launched as part of their Infusible Ink product launch. And this particular video is going to be about the Infusible Ink pens. As you know, just to kind of backtrack, the Infusible Ink is going to be coming out in these sheets, and here's a box for you to look at that has, you know, 4 sheets. In some cases they're solids, and in this case this is a sampler of two solids, black and red, and 2 patterns. Okay, so the product, Infusible Ink product, is going to come out in these sheets, which we have discussed in other videos, and I will continue to discuss them. But also, one of the sort of hidden gems of this launch, because the great thing about Cricut is that they usually launch more than one thing at a time, and so you get to sort of, you know, unpack them all, and really it's just such a big thing when they do launch a bunch of stuff. So anyway, so these are the pens, the Infusible Ink pen, and a lot of people have been asking me, how do they work? And I'm going to show you exactly how they work. I'm going to give you a little demonstration, but I wanted to just let you know that the ink pens are going to be coming out. They look like this, so they'll get them in a grouping, and Ted and so they're usually in, this one here is, yeah, 0.4. Those are the ones that are like the most like an ink pen. And then they also come in this 1.0. These are bolder. And I wanted to show you what you could do with these ink pens. So I took my already designed tote, and I used a Cricut Access image. This is that hashtag unique, and put it on there. So that's what these pens can do. They can write on fabric. Basically, you're not writing directly on the fabric. I want to show you how that works. Okay, I think you could possibly do that, but that's something I'd have to look into. But the great thing is that what you do is you just use the pens like you would use the pens in your Cricut. Very simple. There's a few techniques I'm going to show you, but and then once you have used the pen on a piece of paper, then you're going to then transfer it onto your fabric, onto your blank. And this is a couple of pieces of fabric. This one here is that unique again. And what I did was I did the outline in black, and then I came back and I colored in those letters. This was also an outlined, but that I just colored with the black, right? And the great thing about these is that this is really super stretchy, and that's the great thing about using the Cricut blanks, okay? But the one thing that you do need to know when you're doing this is you need to mirror your image. That's super important, because you don't want to end up like me with this one, which says "Be kind," awful cute, right? But it's backwards. So we're gonna show you how to mirror and how to use the pens, and then how to apply it, okay? So stay with me and we'll do just that. Here we are. I have created this, actually I've created 3, the exact same text box, Infusible Ink, name of this product. And I've changed the colors. I'm not going to go all into how to do a text box and stuff like that, because I think that's something most people know. But if you are interested in doing that, I would be happy to show you that. But anyway, so we're ready to use our ink pens, and so we're going to go through the same process as we would with any project on Cricut. Let me just go back and see if you can see this. Okay, so one thing that I can say about this is that we are using laser paper, okay, to do the writing. So we need for our whatever we're writing to fit on the 8.5 by 11 inch sheet paper. So when I go to make this, I did have to move these. The other thing that you have to do, is you have to mirror this, because remember, this is still an iron-on. So once you mirror it, it should look like this, sort of backward. And then you're going to hit continue. And do know that even though there's no cutting, you still have to choose a setting. So I chose copy paper for this. And then we've got our machine, and I've put this in here, the paper on the regular mat. And then I have the ink pen. So here is one of the Cricut Infusible Ink pen in green. It's the 0.4. And you're going to uncap it and put it in this clamp. Make sure you hold down the bottom of that barrel until it clicks in. Secure it, and then you hit go. And you will see that the machine, you know, is preparing and finalizing and doing all of that stuff. But eventually it will start to write out our invisible ink lettering with the pen. Now, in this particular example, I have 3 different colors. They're all going to draw on the same paper, on the same page. And I'm going to show you what you do once these are done. But it's the same process as we use whenever we're using pens, right? Couldn't be simpler, right? So stay tuned. I'm going to be back with the next step. We're done with our writing, and we have it on this mat. And be careful, because when you take it off, there will be some curling of the paper, of the laser paper. But you can always counteract that by just turning it the other way, and it will straighten out, you see. And then what we're going to do is I cut off the excess paper. If I wanted to, I could also cut these into individual words, but I think for this case, I'll just show you how this works with all 3 of the colors. Okay, now I do have my easy press here. It's heated to 400 degrees, which is very hot, so please be very careful. And then what we're going to do is create one of my famous sandwiches. And so we start off with the Cricut mat, and then we have a cardstock here, and then we're going to have our what called substrate. This is what the design is going on, okay? And what you need to remember about this part, I want to make sure this is in focus. Let's see. What you need to remember about this part is that you do need to use a lint roller. This is just a regular lint roller like you find in any store, Walmart, Target, whatever. And use a new sheet. That's from an old sheet. But you're going to just lint roll and do that twice, okay? Because you just want to make sure you got every little part of, even minuscule parts of the debris is cleaned up. You're going to take your heat press and you're going to warm up the area just for a few seconds. Then you're going to come back with our, where is it? Okay, here it is. So there's our infusible ink. I'm going to lay this down on the mat. And then we're going to take some butcher paper. And again, this butcher paper, it does come in the package. They're also sourcing butcher paper to be used with the ink pen. So it doesn't come with that package, okay? So so you've got your little sandwich. You got your mat, you've got the cardstock underneath, your substrate or your t-shirt or whatever you want to call that, your item that, and I'm going to put it like this side down. See, so it's going to look like, it's going to look actual. Yeah, I'm going to put in, all right, I'm going to put that side down and then cover it with the butcher paper. And then come with your easy press. Now this part is super important, okay? I'm gonna do it for 30 seconds, but you must not move, not even a just teeny tiny bit. You must not move your easy press, okay? And you must do it for the 30 seconds. It's really critical that you don't move it. If you move it, you will get what they call shadowing, and which basically the ink or the transfer sheet will like show almost like offset. It's another word for it, so offset. So I've done it for the 30 seconds. I'm going to gently lift up my easy press, put it back in the cradle, and then I'm going to allow it to cool. It's pretty hot, okay? And then you take off the butcher paper, and this is why we don't want to use butcher paper over again, because see, some of the ink bled through. And then we're gonna very carefully remove, and here you go. This is the beauty of Infusible Ink pens. Isn't it great? So fabulous. And it says it's all the same properties of the Infusible Ink transfer sheets. So stretchy, you're not getting any warping. And this is not going to come off, folks, in the wash. You don't have to worry about it coming off in the wash because it's permanent. It's permanent. So wasn't that exciting how we use these pens, these brand new Infusible Ink pens, to write on, or basically to transfer on to a blank. This one happens to be a tote bag, but can be put on all the blanks that will be available. And just as a reminder, Infusible Ink and Infusible Ink pens are going to be first available only through our Michael's art stores, and that I believe it's part of the rollout. The first few months, these items will be available at Michael's only, and then come August or so, they will start to be available in other locations, including the Cricut.com website. So one little tip that I would give you about that is that they are also going to be selling them online at their Michael's site, and I kind of suspect there's gonna be a rush for these. So I would, if I were you, possibly check out the online purchasing possibility on michaels.com, so you won't be disappointed when you do go to the store. I just feel like this is going to be one of those things that people are going to want to try. And seriously, for less than $20 for a pack of these pens to try this out, I mean, that's a solid investment in my opinion. The pens last a really long time. Several, like I think it was 8 full pages of writing. And you saw what I just did. It was just like, just a little bit of writing. So they're going to last a really long time. But you don't want to miss your opportunity. So do check out the michaels.com website to find out how to maybe purchase these ahead of time. Hey, if you find something out that you think you could share with some other people, please feel free to comment at the on this video or on my Facebook page. So thanks so much for tuning in today. My name is Rita, and this is my channel, Miss Rita to the Rescue. I welcome your subscription to my channel. I love it when you can like my videos, and also when you subscribe, obviously, and then maybe share it with friends, because we are just having a whole lot of Cricut fun over here, and I'd love to have you join us. And so anyway, thanks for coming today. Hope you have a great day.